Hey, what's up, everyone? Dragging back here with an edition of the Fantasy Commentary. Today we are watching Ladyhawke. Now, when you see the opening credit sequence start on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. We're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1.
Hello!
Hello.
And welcome to an edition of Fantasy Commentary. Today we are watching Ladyhawke.
Ladyhawke!
Starring Matthew Broderick. The fantasy movie
That you didn't know about.
that I didn't know about
Can
growing
we
up.
just call him Ferris Bueller the whole time?
Yes.
It's going to be hard not to.
Rutger Howard.
Rutger Howard from
Michelle Pfeiffer.
like
better known
Blade
as
Runner.
Yeah.
Monster Squad. Yeah, no, I don't know how this one got past me because I mean I love Matthew Broderick. I grew up watching a lot of his movies. So how a Matthew Broderick movie
Or just a good movie.
that was a
in general.
fantasy film from the 80s, how that got past me, I have no idea.
You're
wrong with you?
welcome.
There's a lot apparently because I did not know about this movie.
You weren't raised right.
I was not raised right.
I
Because
have a long talk with
Your dead parents.
your dead parents.
It's
yeah, I was gonna say.
I like how upbeat this music is. Yeah. We're probably not even matching it.
We're probably not.
I
Just
think everyone would appreciate if you guys would stop.
Yeah.
I think I would appreciate it if we would stop.
I think I better stop breathing now.
Yeah, no, this is one of those movies where it's fantasy, but it's kind of like a fun, comedic kind of high adventure. High adventure.
It's a good movie.
It is.
I saw this when I was in middle school. I rented it from the public library.
Never
Yes,
heard a single
public
thing about
library
this
people.
this movie.
Those are things.
Can you still rent movies from the library?
Probably.
There's still libraries.
Yes.
Yeah, I got two next to me. I've
Are
never
they
been
open?
inside.
Or are they like?
Actually, I have been
tombs
inside
now?
both of them.
No, this is It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
And the love story, and see, I like how I feel like the cliche thing to do would be to have Matthew Broderick be the kind of the love interest for Michelle Pfeiffer in this movie, but ultimately, it's more of a kind of a star-crossed.
She actually gets in love with the bird, right?
Well, she is the bird.
Does she have
Listen,
sexual
spoilers.
relations with?
He hasn't seen it.
Whoa.
There's
Whoa.
no interspecies sex, okay?
I mean, yes and no.
Shut up.
It's implied that when they do it, they are the same species in that moment. But for most of the time in this movie, they spend their time as different species from one another.
All right, I'm lost.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
the-
think he knows the premise.
That's the best way to start this movie.
You should make it think it's a furry film. Which, I mean, I guess.
I mean, I knew you guys
Again-
are into those things.
I mean,
but
again, how abstract the term furry gets, I guess. Furry and feathery. It's done very tastefully.
just like that.
Oh, that's my jam
Oh
right
my
there.
god, those guys all look like they touched little boys. Dude, tell me that guy's face. It screams it.
I mean, it is the church. It's fine.
I mean, that's the soundtrack for that kind of thing, right? Get the Gregorian chant.
Yeah, I have a lot of bad memories in Gregorian chants.
You walk into the club, you think it's going to be one thing, and then suddenly you're playing Gregorian chant, like, oh, I didn't realize it was this kind of party. I gotta go. I like my 25 and
Sometimes I
older
like
folks.
reliving my childhood.
That
Yikes.
mud looks gross. It looks like feces.
It looks like mud.
Which,
Mud
in
might-
fact, looks
in
like
fact-
feces. So, you're both not wrong.
Those are some late subtitles.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Wait, you couldn't see that before they opened the door and you walked in?
Maybe not.
It's low lit.
It's a cell. It's not a wall. They're bars.
I rhyme real good.
I hit people who talk in rhymes.
Oh,
This guy
then I
really hates
hang
rap
'em.
music.
Oh,
Whoa,
Ferris.
wait. So he's a mouse, and she's a hawk. And this ain't one of your furry films.
I mean, he's not an actual mouse.
There's also a wolf, so it's fine.
Apparently, Kurt Russell was
A wolf
originally
makes it fun,
going to
okay.
play Rutgers Hauer's part.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Which one's Howard?
we haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
And apparently, for Matthew Broderick got this role, it was offered to Sean Penn and Dustin Hoffman.
Sean Penn.
That's funny. Oh, right in the sewer.
I could see Matthew Broderick being like the discount Sean Penn.
Oh, wah, wah.
I mean, at this point in time, it still would have been like not long after like Fast Times at Richmond High. I don't think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is out by this point because that would have
Really?
changed everything. If
Yeah.
When did Ferris Bueller come out? "1986." So Ferris Bueller's came out a year later. So I kind of feel like
That's funny.
that's honestly probably why this movie isn't really talked about much in terms of Matthew Broderick because it came out like right before like a massive critical success for him.
Why would there be like an ox skull down there, and how does it float?
I'm wondering what he thought it was.
I don't know, like a crocodile? Is there a crocodile?
I mean, all you could see at first were the horns. It's like some kind of devil.
We've all been in the sewer and you see the devil.
It's Philippe. What?
You've never, just been in the sewer and seen the devil? And
I've
then,
been in the woods and
Man.
thought I saw like some demonic body.
Yeah.
and then it turned out to be like an ox skull, and you're just like, oh, that's awkward. I thought you were somebody else. I thought you were the Lord of
Dude, the
Lies.
fact that he climbed up that, it'd be so slimy.
Well, I
I
still-
guess it's got handbars, so it's kind of cheap.
I just want to turn to the camera right now and like do a Ferris Bueller moment where he just describes the situation. Ooh.
That sucks.
I love the music. It's so like,
It doesn't fit at all,
but
it
it's
does.
so 80s, and that's why
I love
it dates the movie instantly in the best way.
Here's the thing: if he was swimming with mouth and eyes open in a sewer,
Dysentery.
yeah, he'd be dead.
Oh yeah, no, that's
That's definitely not sewer water, but it's fine. It's fine. There'd be lots.
he's
of
got to
chunks.
roll what, like a medicine check or
Constitution.
Constitution,
for
make sure you
sure.
don't die of dysentery.
But these are like, old timey times where, they're used to, not drinking in the water.
There's blood in the water.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm going to talk like this for the entire movie. Yes.
Kind of reminds me of Snape.
I know. Priest.
Kind of has that vibe, like the 85 Snape.
Yeah, he also has that vibe, like diddles little boys with his nose.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Whoa. Yikes.
Look how big his nose is. Jesus. He's got a honker.
Jesus Christ.
There's schnoz.
Bring me back Mr. Potter. and
It's
his
a real big
friends.
beak.
One big schnoz.
See, I like how there is like a fantasy element to the story in terms of like there's magic, but I like how
Kiss the ring.
it's
Kiss my thumb, bitch.
I like how the main villain of the story though is like a real person. Like the kind of the root of evil in this fantasy film is
Is him? The priest?
yeah, or like the bishop or
It's
whatever.
always the priest. priest.
But it's like essentially it's like religious corruption, political corruption. I like how even in a fantasy world, like you still, just because there's magic in the world doesn't mean it's
Normal
now
society, like
yeah.
hierarchies still don't exist.
Exactly. I mean, imagine if someone from like 1894 was transported to today, and they would just see our computer and our phone. To them, it'd be like magic. So they're like, "How can you guys have a normal society when you have such miraculous things?" Well, in this world where there's magic, to them it's just
You think one of them got a phone and they play this music every time they ride out on their horses?
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
What you mean? While they're filming this movie in
No.
1985, they pulled out their cell phone.
No. I just mean that these guys. That's how they, that's how they get around. That's how you know they're coming. Theme song.
The theme song. They just have like a traveling band.
Whoa! Didn't he just promise God he wasn't gonna pick a pocket?
Yeah, it's fine.
I like him already.
I know.
He's just being honest. It's fine.
It's like real talk.
You know.
You know.
You know me. All right. You know that was a lie. Thank you for forgiving me again.
Is he in the ground? Where the hell is he coming from?
Foam the bell tolls.
Apparently, he's lucky he didn't get trampled. I wouldn't be running on the path, that's for sure.
Every Final Fantasy game I've ever played, I see that and I think to myself, oh man, that's gonna be a random battle any second.
Like playing the Pokemans.
The Pokemans. It's a really nice background. I should look where they filmed this movie. I mean, I get the sense they probably filmed in multiple locations, but
Yeah, lamb chops and mint jelly. That's what he's talking about.
and now we're seeing a little glimpse of our two other protagonists.
It's just pregnant,
Wow. Taking Daddy's shoes. Daddy comes like he's this giant, like barbarian of a man.
And shoots him.
I don't think they had shotguns in 1985.
Makes him marry that little girl. Shotgun wedding right there.
Oh,
Ew.
yeah, like a battle axe wedding, I would say.
Here we go.
Battle axe weddings, yeah, those were very popular in these days. Now he's got to steal food.
Dude, he would literally smell like shit, though, and pissed.
To be fair, this time period, I kind of feel everyone had a little
Stank.
aroma of shit to them. Just putting that out there. I think it would have to be, what the fuck was he just shaking on that man?
His balls.
He's like, here you go, buddy, I got your money right here. Whoops.
What a dummy.
No one in my castle.
Yes.
Like, I was like, ah!
I mean, to be fair, if
To
I
be
escaped
fair.
from prison, the first thing I wouldn't do is brag about it and try to spend money on it.
I would even go to a town because obviously they'd be like looking for the area. I'd be like the guy said, if you would have stuck to the woods.
Hey, that's what you do in these days, though. You go to the tavern and you fucking brag about it. What else you got?
What a braggart.
To be fair.
And he's just over it. He's like, come on, guys.
Did it just go under and then come right back out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some sturdy branches up there.
I know, right? I kind of feel like he should not be that hard to hit.
He's got high decks.
He's not moving.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh.
You don't fuck
That's
up.
on that guy, not him.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Like it was just inconvenient. There we have Rutger Howard. But it's like how inconvenient. He's like,
Oh, dude, what are you doing, man?
Bro, what's up?
Hell? That's not cool.
He has 2 bolts. It's sorcery.
Yeah, this wouldn't have been terribly long after Blade Runner. I think like 3 or
Was
4
he
years.
the guy from the end of Blade Runner?
Why do you keep saying the end? He's in the entire movie.
I guess. But
He's-
I'm
he's-
just thinking of the end, I guess.
He's the main
Yeah.
replicant, yeah.
He just looks different, but I guess,
And he played
These
Dracula in
swords
Monster
look like they're
Squad.
made of aluminum foil.
Yes, it probably was.
Oh,
Oh!
wait.
What an ass. So that wasn't me.
So that's totally not my fault, right?
The fact that his bitch ass got knocked out.
I know, he got knocked out like a... Horseshoes!
I love the music that just comes on randomly.
Yes. So good.
Shit's
I-
going down. Gotta play the action 80s music.
I just see a bunch of, like, women in sequins, like, dresses, dancing in the background in front of sharing one mic, all, like, singing, like, soul music behind them. Oh, God. See, that's kind of like a foam thing, because he's making contact when he's...
I mean, to be fair,
To be fair.
they're all like legit wearing, a little armor. A stick wouldn't really actually.
I
hurt them.
just mean for like the actors, but I
Yeah.
guess no, they're like
Like you hear in the Lord of the Rings movie, the guy who played Gimli, like they were like acting like, all right, so you're gonna swing at me, you're gonna hit blah 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 blah, and he was actually hitting him with his axe. They're literally saying like the whole time, all right, you're supposed to pull your punches, and the whole time he's just actually hitting these people.
Listen, maybe he was a method actor. He's like,
Yeah.
I am Gimli. I
my
am gonna beat your
axe.
ass with my axe.
The horse just kicks him. Get to hell.
You filthy strumpets. Oh man, there they go.
That's some arm strength.
I was gonna say, it's actually pretty impressive to be able to lift somebody.
He is a small
well-
dude. To be
well,
fair.
Yeah.
Be fair. Sorry. I can't stop
Just
now.
fucking bonked him on the head. What a bitch. Oh no! And then he falls off.
Dude, birds are scary.
Birds are adorable. Look at that horse trough.
Have you ever been attacked by a bird?
Yeah, actually I have. As a kid. I got attacked by swallows constantly at my dad's house.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Sounds like you deserved it.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer was one of those actors. I was a little bit surprised that he didn't become bigger than he was.
Mm.
I mean, he was doing well in the '80s and then kind of in the '90s. I mean, again, it's one of those guys probably did a lot of theater and whatnot, but Yeah, he was in quite a few movies in the '80s.
It's like how weird it'd be to just go to a complete stranger and be like, "Yo, can you hook me up with a place to sleep tomorrow night?" I wouldn't do that, but
On the record, I thought he might be with the accent because I can hear it, but he's a Dutch actor as well.
Well, they always talk about in these like old school timey times where like when you invite someone into your home, it's like a sacred pact. You know,
yeah, you're not gonna hurt
you don't
them.
steal from them. They
Yeah.
don't hurt you. They don't steal from you.
And that's when, if you do it, you're just a piece of poo.
Yeah.
Well, because someone's home back then, it was really like that. Your home really was like your castle. It was such an inner sanctum that. Oh, apparently he was in Batman Begins. I didn't recognize him in that.
Who is he in Batman?
One of a corporate guy running Wayne Enterprises.
Huh. It's a pretty horse.
A stallion, right?
Well, not if it's a girl.
Yeah. So you see, it's a stallion.
Well,
Well, I showed you.
he called her her. I wasn't looking at the horse's junk. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, if you had been, we could have avoided this whole embarrassing situation. So when in doubt, folks, always check the plumbing
No.
so you don't embarrass yourself.
That's harassment. That's
Like if
sexual
you're in the
harassment.
boys' room and the girls' room, is that weird?
What?
Here we go.
Okay, so
And I love how they don't explain this. It just happens.
yeah. Well, again, you're experiencing a lot. I mean, you're seeing it happen, but your understanding of it is very much through Matthew Broderick's character, Gaston, right?
No.
Stop.
Yeah, he kind of just showed up and saved him and then kidnapped him.
I mean, yeah.
That's what matters.
I
really.
mean, in this day and age, it counts for something, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you're in prison.
True. I love his faces in this movie. What? Yeah, no, I do like how we experience kind of our introduction to the kind of the mysticism in this film. We're seeing it through his eyes, essentially. So
God, he looks so young here.
I know. Well, I mean, how old would he have?
Like young and gone. I don't know.
How old is Matthew Broderick now?
I like how he's just trying to fucking fake it. I love it.
So he was born 1962.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. So
What?
I mean, yeah, this movie's like, how old? Jesus.
So he's 57 right now.
That sounds right.
So he would have been like in his 20s in this movie. This just shows you how long ago the the 80s were.
Look at his teeth.
I know. Sir!
Wah, wah, wah. There she is.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Looking like some kind of dark druid.
Right?
It's a good look for her. Again, this movie had such kind of marketable name. That's why, again, I'm really surprised just from the notoriety of these actors alone. I didn't hear about this movie.
Yeah.
It's just so strange. But again, I think a lot of it was, again, this movie came out just before Ferris Bueller, and that obviously, I think kind of just,
That's really all he's known for.
well, at least for the 80s, in terms of like really mainstream, people always think of that movie. So I think that just kind of overshadowed this one tremendously.
Jesus.
But I also like too how this movie like takes place in our world, therefore, in a very kind of Christian ruled Europe. Like
Yeah.
the supernatural would be like,
But can't he turn into a mouse?
No.
Is that a thing?
no,
Wait, did he actually slip through that little hole?
yeah.
Oh,
The mouse is just like a nickname they gave him
that he
because
gave
he's,
himself? I thought he was like actually.
because he
you
can
know-
like get through tight space. He can escape, so it's like his nickname.
Is this like NASCAR where they go into the pit and they get a new horse?
No, it's so they don't drive their horses to die.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a pit stop.
I mean, I guess.
You see the pit crew, they take out the horse's
No,
legs,
like,
put on
how
new
do they
ones.
know?
I was thinking more like, horseshoes, not legs.
Not legs.
What's wrong with you?
So many things. Probably Chernobyl. I don't know. I was there.
He's there. He's there. Just chill out. You're welcome.
I love the setting of the scene, how you see all the leaves falling, kind of. Where was this movie shot? It's like once you've seen this movie, this is really sweet.
Yeah.
If you've never seen this
This
movie,
is creepy.
This I was gonna say, it's creepy as hell. This conversation. It's only sweet in hindsight.
Yeah, if you know.
If you don't, you're like, okay, I'm gonna take my chance by myself again because, yep,
He talks like a crazy man.
with this bird.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So why is he?
Rubbing that horse's leg.
Yeah. Kind of surprised the horse was just okay with it.
Just kicks it.
It's a leg massage. He doesn't like the leg massage.
You kind of bob your head every time you see. He's like, "Fuck yeah, we're riding horses."
Yeehaw!
It's open, bud.
Listen.
No, there's
He
a
was just
second
making
gate.
sure.
Haven't you ever been to the castle?
I have
There's
actually.
just one gate. Look, that was like 4 gates.
That's a door, not a gate. But it's fine.
He just rode around in circles like 3 times.
They're all the same door.
It's a tiny door.
For a tiny man with a big sword.
Welcome to my sex villa. Yes, child, dance for me. You
My
suck.
name is Professor
Stop.
Snape.
Where is Mr. Potter? Weakest dance crew ever.
You come to me unwashed and unshaved. What are you, some kind
How
of barbarian?
dare you.
I want to find a way to just bring this up in casual conversation. Nobody come to me unwashed, unshaved.
You come to me unwashed,
Next
unshaved.
customer that comes up to you at work.
Why do you come to me unwashed, unshaved? What? You've got a beard, asshole. Does not matter.
Yeah, the voice is the most important part of that.
I think I'm gonna say that to you every time I see you at work tomorrow.
Why
You dare approach me unwashed, unshaved. Please fix that now.
But I always look like this.
No shave, no wash, no service.
Clearly. Really?
He told me to tax the people harder.
He sounds like a more proper version of like Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Go, Lord Vader. Step out the rebel scout.
It's fine.
You fuck up that branch.
I want to do that at work anytime. Like, tell someone to do something. Clap first, like, boy.
Yes, my grace.
Let's dull this blade. He just grabs it like a fucking boss.
That is a sword.
Because you're a loser. There's something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. Some of you will get that. I just look at how he plays his character, just kind of slightly bewildered about everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Yep. All right. Adios. Look at the hilt of that sword, though.
I know.
Like, you could just clobber someone with the head of that thing. It's so weird, 'cause I notice when he plays a lot of these characters, he I love that part. But no, he always does this thing where he always kind of has this slight smile on his face, no matter what he's
A
feeling.
shit-eating grin all the time.
Yeah,
Where he's just, like, happy about being himself.
yeah. Just throws his sword through his face.
Then I have no use for you.
Roll credits. Well,
You unwashed, unshaven. I don't know. Oh. Oh, he did? Oh.
it's like the mouth stays the same, but the eyes get more crazed. Seriously, for you to be able to like embed a broadsword in a tree like that, you have to have fucking hurled that thing. The way he just makes up his shit on the spot. Michelle Pfeiffer's really charming in this movie too. Again, I like it. It's a serious story, but people are kind of lighthearted in this film, but they're lighthearted like in a realistic way, not like in a cartoony way. Like it's not that they're not taking what's going on seriously, but
They're just, like, real characters.
yeah, there's moments of levity. They feel very natural. Again, like the nature of this film, the story's fine, but there's nothing about it that is just inherently mind blowing. So it really just comes down to how the actors portray these characters. I mean, you could have cast other people who just could have made these characters feel very dull, and the movie would have just fallen flat, quite frankly. But it's really their portrayal of the characters, the way they kind of choose to embody them, that I think really sells this movie.
Philippe. I thought he was Gaston.
That's his last name.
Gaston Philippe. Felipe.
Jesus, like, he just keeps running into these guys.
He walked right up to him.
That sums up something I won't get into very well. That's all I'll say about that. I've always wondered what it's like for the actors when they have to learn how to. Obviously, there's probably like a falcon or whatever, like, they're on set, but the bird has to be trained to, go to them, the actor. So I was curious, like, what that's like, because I know it can be intimidating when you have like this big bird of prey just coming right at you.
Scary shit.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it in the movie, it's like, oh, the bird's not that big, but when you see a hawk,
You've never done it before, and you have to pretend like it's like an everyday thing.
yeah, I mean, just think if you see like a pigeon flying at you, your first instinct is just to duck.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, now you have a bird that's like more than twice the size, just
Look at this
flying right at you.
music.
This music, great.
Ooh,
What?
Also, when they have to train those birds to dive like that. I think
He's made a mistake on giving me a weapon.
The guys feel like, oh, nope. Don't want it. I'm done. I'm out.
To be fair, if you ever see a guy with a sword like that,
Yeah, no, right?
it's just like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Well, that's kind of like if you come at somebody with a 22, they pull like a double-barreled shotgun. It's like, okay, well, you're serious about this, so bye.
Yeah, or like a bazooka.
It's a big sword, though.
I mean, those kind of swords are essentially meant to bash into armor. They were really more bludgeoning tools than anything because knights were expected to take blows, so the swords had to be more heavy than they were sharp.
It's a well-behaved horse.
I mean, it's a stage horse essentially.
No, I know, but still.
See, when they do shots like that where you just see the hands, I probably wonder, is that the actor or is that the... I mean, I guess he's holding the bird there.
I think it's easier when though it's kind of blanketed.
Yeah. Well, aren't they like trained to kind of feel like when you wrap them like in a blanket to kind of be... I don't know. I think I read somewhere they do that sometimes to calm them down.
You think falcons like snuggles?
I mean, I think if you raise them when they're young, it's like conditioning. They're taught to learn, okay, this sensation means safety kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I could be completely fucking wrong here. If you guys are bird trainers or anything like that, feel free to weigh in. But, again, for them to be able to handle... I say, no, the bird's fine. The bird's, like, screaming the entire
Why
time.
isn't he going?
Let me go!
Confused on why isn't he going with them?
You'll see.
If you haven't picked up on it yet.
Don't say it.
Again.
See, you had told me, so I knew. But yeah, you don't know, so this is... Is this New Zealand? I'm sorry.
Did the music start again?
I liked how the hawk just yelled at him.
Like the hawk the whole time was like, ah! Let me go! Oh my god!
An arrow in its fucking body this whole time.
I just pictured the hawk sounding like Gilbert Gottfried.
What?
Or,
It's a
Bobcat.
Ladyhawke.
That's a Ladyhawke.
Yeah, it's one of them Ladyhawks.
I'm a lady! Take this fucking thing out of...
I hate it.
For pity's sake. That's like the voice I was doing just now. Just gonna go pitch way low.
Is that lunch already?
His voice.
And just imagine that bird has the arrow underneath her wing, like she's playing dead.
Yeah. Again, the bird is making noise the whole time, so I'm wondering, is the bird just making noise to make noise? Or is the bird
Stressed.
Yeah.
Let me out of here.
Let me out! Now I'm just picturing that guy's
I just
voice.
picture Knott's voice, really.
Oh yeah, from Critical Role.
Yeah. It's a well-behaved bird, though.
Again, birds that are trained,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
So smart.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why they can be trained so well.
It's like, oh yeah.
So I'd be so afraid of those talons. Like you remove that thing, and those freaking
Well, I'm
machine.
sure in this case they had like, I don't even, feet, shoes.
Feet, footies.
I was trying to say like socks.
Shoes, like
But-
does the bird have a pair of Nikes under there, like
Yes.
product placement?
Kitten mittens.
Bird, no, the bird be rocking Air Jordans. Let's be real.
You're right.
Again, it's more or less just it's impressive how calm the bird is being handled by people, because that's honestly the big thing. You can teach them to do tricks and stunts and whatnot, but just to be handled
I'm
by
sure like they come from like someone who trains a lot of birds, and they know like this bird, he's a saint.
They might, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they use multiple birds too. Like I know they say for when they film they have to use animals. They sometimes this animal is good for this kind of stuff. This one's better for this, so they'll use there's a movie that I own called Man's Best Friend, and there's about a dog.
Oh, I see. No, I see why now. Okay.
Oh, do you get it now?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the dog. There's one that was a female, and she was good at doing really expressive faces for growling. But the main one they used was this big male, but he was kind of just didn't really express, but he looked majestic. So for all just the shots of him just there, the character, they used him. But if they needed her to growl, they used the female. So you figured it out. So if you guys haven't figured it out, this is the reason why the movie's called Ladyhawke. Because the lady is the hawk and the hawk is the lady. Ladyhawke.
Wait, what?
Get the fuck out! He just slicks his hair back, goes into Ferris Bueller mode. What's up?
It's not a very good door when it's open on top like that.
To be fair, he probably
Ventilation.
get a lot of
To be fair.
guests. To be fair.
I mean, he's got like a gate that he rolls up, I don't think
Yeah.
he really cares about that door.
I saw a real girl today.
Well, he's
Dear
not sure
God.
if it's some. He seems a little weirded out.
What?
Hello?
Yep.
You're not supposed to pull an arrow out that way. I guess if it's not all the way through.
I'm like, can you get your sausage fingers off my face? Thank you.
No, what was that about? Like, why are you like...
I mean, it's gonna hurt, even though he's doing it wrong, but it's fine,
Well, I don't think you're supposed to go through if it's a chest wound.
No, you're supposed to just break that shit off and then
Do what?
properly remove it. I don't know.
Like surgically, I think.
Yeah, like you have to cut the other end off, because otherwise the arrowhead is just gonna hurt going back out.
Yeah, but you can't push it through her chest. That would do more damage.
Yeah, don't
Well, no.
shove it through.
Yeah.
I'm saying where the arrowhead is, you're supposed to kind of
Cut it and then
Push
cut
it
it
through.
out?
like push the shaft through and cut the head off so you can pull it out
It's not all the way through. You don't want to pierce a lung or something.
Yeah, you don't want to like do.
You don't want to shove the arrow through her chest.
You don't want to help the arrow
There are
along.
important things over
I see
here.
what you're saying. I was going into the impression it was all the way through.
No.
She was
Oh well, yeah, no. If it was all the way through, yeah, that's what you do. But no, if it's just embedded in the flesh, yeah, don't.
If you're embedded.
That's kind of the whole point of the arrow. You're trying to undo what the arrow
Yeah.
does naturally.
Listen, there's a reason.
I've been shot by an arrow. Quick, push it in deeper. What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Like a
I
Wait,
was-
but your heart's right there.
In my-
It's fine.
in my brain,
It's gonna hurt a lot
I
worse
was
if you do it
thinking
the other
because
way.
She was a bird before, so it probably went through. But then it was fine. Never mind.
Is a blue angel.
Angel, like the pears.
Aquila.
I wonder who that could be.
Until the accident.
Let me chop you off there. I love when they talk about like past events like this where they don't do like a flashback. I like it when it's just the character talking and kind of the conviction of what they're saying like leads you to kind of envision your mind. It's like Quint from Jaws when he's telling the USS Indianapolis story. They don't do some kind of weird cutaway. It's just the camera's on him.
It makes you like feel like you're in that time period where like everything's stories.
Yeah.
That's how you hear of, historical events happening is someone telling you the story.
Yeah. Again, and how you envision your head is how you would know it. There'd be no visual reference to go by, no photograph, no video.
It's the thing that makes like D&D so great is everyone's hearing the same story, but everyone interprets it a little
And differently in their mind, yeah. So he is the wolf.
I mean, I knew that.
Oh, I didn't know if you had figured that out.
Yeah. It was pretty obvious in that first time you see the wolf.
Well, I guess it was obvious, guys.
Wait, how long did you...
Well, no, I already knew going into the movie because she.
No,
had
I know.
told
I meant
me,
your
but-
first time watching.
So I already known. I mean, yeah, whatever. I probably would have figured out right away too.
It's kind
So
of like
no
the
big
first
deal.
time we watched Fight Club, and he's like, "There's a twist," and I guessed it right away because he told me there was a twist, and I was like,
And my cousin had told me about what it was too when I went into that movie. So I never really, same thing with The Sixth Sense. I never get to experience a twist in movies.
"Well, I'm sorry."
Just once. I want to be surprised.
You sounded like Eric Cartman there. Ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be. Fuck you, thing.
Me too, man.
Me too.
Wait, did they explain to them how They
Okay.
became like animorphs.
Yeah, it's the bishop.
The bishop
Yeah,
put a
he was
curse
like
on
in
him.
love with her, and he made a deal with the Dark One.
Ah,
His jealous ass.
who could love that face?
I can't remember his name, but
Does
have you guys seen the Hunchback of Notre Dame? He makes me think of is it Frollo?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where
I
basically
know
he's
who you're
like,
talking about.
"Oh, I'm a holy man, but you're a woman, and you make me feel things that are evil, so I have to destroy you." Basically,
I mean, that seems like an awesome curse that he put on both of them.
It-
Like, I would love to turn into an eagle or a wolf.
but they don't. But the problem is they love each other, and they can't be with each other because of that, and they don't have memories of when they are the animals.
Oh,
Yeah. it's
Yeah, so
sad.
he's a wolf by night and she's a bird by day. So they can't even basically be human at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't realize
So they're
that.
always together yet always apart at the same
Yeah,
time.
because they don't remember when they're the animals. They don't have their human memories.
Yeah, so whenever they wake up, when they transform, that's kind of
it's a
like, okay,
better
where the hell
love
am I
story
now?
than Twilight.
Right? I
That
mean, it's
Bar
not
was
hard,
not
but-
I
set
know.
very high. I'm done speaking to you now. Go on.
You're ruining it. Oh, she actually almost smiled.
It's like a nice rustic B&E or B&B. A bub.
Airbnb.
Breaking and
An
entering.
air. It's like a nice breaking and entering.
Bacon and eggs.
Kind of makes you wonder that. I mean, I was gonna say, does he have stuff delivered to him, or does he have probably a source of water up there and grows his own food? Because
Probably has a well.
There's an app for that,
Gets it.
you get DoorDash delivered.
Drone delivered.
Because think about it, he probably just never comes down from there.
Probably has a garden, maybe a well, I mean, I'm sure he leaves every now and again.
Well, there goes that front door.
Shut the fuck up, but come with me. It's fine.
You have entered Macaulay Culkin's house. Be prepared.
Oh, you got that place essentially booby trapped.
Yeah,
know.
next is paint cans coming from the ceiling.
Home Alone. Medieval times.
Macaulay Culkin looks different back then.
Yeah.
So says past self.
He's like a Benjamin Button. He just,
Yes.
this is him in the future.
When we see him in the first Home Alone, he's like, like 600 years old or something.
The worst part is, if you were in armor, could actually be lethal because
You might sink. Yeah. Again, I don't think they're.
You know you don't drink the water.
There's blood. God damn it! I can't stop thinking that song now. Oh,
There they are.
Oh, it's almost turning day.
And she's still fucking injured.
we're just letting him go down.
Bye.
Later, bro.
Yikes.
You would like pull her arm out of her socket doing that.
Oh my god, I know.
You always see that in movies and like holding someone. I'm like, do you realize if you,
That'd be
especially
so difficult and painful.
if you caught them in free fall, they would just rip their arm right out of their socket. I mean, I guess it's better than falling, but still.
And maybe that's why she's screaming like that.
I don't know though. She's got she's got the body of a bird.
Oh man, you guessed it, buddy. Thank God it was daybreak, otherwise he would have murdered.
Yeah, the way they do these transformations are so abstract
Yeah.
and weird. Even he's like, what the fuck just happened? If anybody asks, I timed that out just right.
I knew that would happen. I threw her off that ledge.
Threw her off the ledge to save her life.
Where did I go?
That face.
mouth. I know, it was so like weirdly sassy and humorous.
That's a great pose right there. Look at that
Damn
face. Get such a stop showing it. Turn cut away. Thank you.
Just a big old mouth ready.
What?
What?
That's fine. Look at him. He's so angry.
God, he's so intense.
He's got crazy eyes, dude.
He does. Maybe.
Like, I'm gonna weigh in. I think he's just playing both sides. Like a. Yes, the name of the movie, sir.
The film that we are in, sir.
What things?
I have no thing, sir. Yeah, look at him. He always just looks so proud of himself. And he can, it's just the eyes that change. That's how you know his mood.
He's just running along behind.
Well, somehow having a conversation. Poor guy.
And it's more insult to injury because the horse is just trotting along
I
all
know.
like properly, like da, 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 and he's like behind him. I love the lighting in this shot right here. Oh, he's letting him ride your horse. He's such a nice man. It cuts to a shot, next shot, like the sun's gone down, and she's just sitting on his forearm. And he's like, trying to hold it up.
Oh.
Am I heavy? No, my lady, not at all. I can't tell if that's a set or they actually filmed it somewhere in location. I was trying to find out where they shot this movie, but I couldn't find it. I know there was different places they were talking about filming it in. But I don't know if they actually ended up using it in those actual locations.
Bird's like, get your filthy hands off me.
Yeah, no, that is a very well trained bird.
Cool shit get involved in this. I'd be hype as fuck.
Right.
That looks like a fun tavern.
I know. A jaunty tavern.
I would like to just pull into a town with a tavern like that. I'd be like, hell yes.
I like that he just stole those clothes.
I mean, he was in prison being in this
I
film,
know.
so.
It would suck to get the short end of the stick and have to take the night shifts as a human.
Then again, if you're trying to hide, too, it might be better if you're human at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you're trying to be a person, a regular human being, I'd rather it just be like a wolf at night and sleep.
Yeah.
Or a bird at night and sleep.
I was gonna say, I guess the trade-off is she gets to have a wolf protector when she's human, so.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Guess he remembers where he leaves his clothes, huh?
Now I'm wondering. Well, I'm wondering if it's one of those things. Are they naked or is it like the clothes like
I mean, you just saw him taking a shirt.
Oh yeah.
And he just grabbed her clothes.
Yeah. I mean, she was naked when she transformed back.
That's true. That's true.
Does that mean before she would just transform naked?
I mean, it's nighttime.
No, I mean before when they were traveling together, would she just be naked and he would just be?
Well, no.
I guess he had the dress. I forgot.
Well, no. Remember, he had that big cloak, and then
Yeah.
when we saw her that the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
night, she was wearing it too. I think that's why he has that big cloak, because basically took a trade off.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Me too.
What's wrong with you?
It's the little things that make me laugh. I guess not little because his name's Goliath, but. And should you refuse?
So like hyperactive dancing.
I know, that looks like it takes way too much commitment to dance like that. I'd probably get motion sickness like a quarter of the way in.
Because you're a big baby.
Yeah, you are a giant baby fetus.
See, if that was you, you'd be barfing.
Yeah, I would like.
And then no one would be having a good time. It's awful.
Look at how he's got to carry it that way.
I know. Implying he's a weak ass bitch. I guess for her. Good thing that he's a black wolf normally. But I can understand how it'd be scary.
I'm wondering, do they use an actual wolf for this, or I'm wondering sometimes what are those dogs they sometimes use for wolves and movies?
Like I know in Game
Huskies?
of Thrones they used
Oh.
Alaskan Malamutes.
Because those are the ones that they look a lot more
Yeah.
wolf-like. I know sometimes in movies they'll do like half wolves because they retain most of the look, but they're a bit more trainable.
Domestic.
Because they say you really can't train a wolf. They say they can kind of teach them, but they say a lot of times they're just doing it more for the trainer. It's like, okay, I'll do this for you. But the second they show any kind of they have to stop. I know when you see wolves like growl in movies and stuff like that, that's usually the last thing they shoot. They said because the second the wolf does that, it triggers its instinctive response because when it growls, it's an aggressive display. So whether the wolf is like means to be aggressive or not, once it does that,
You can't go back.
it like triggers something in its mind. So they say, okay, if there's a scene where the wolf needs to bare its teeth, they have to save that as the last shot because as soon as it does it, cut the cameras, everyone leave the set, and the trainers basically have to calm the wolf down and get it out of there.
I like how she's just like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I mean, good for her too.
He's terrifying.
He looks like he lives under a bridge.
It's like a lost boy all grown up.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't tell if that's a set.
I don't know.
I don't.
Probably not.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's.
Damn, he's got good aim.
I know, right? In the dark. No. No.
And it's supposed to be lighting when it looks like car lights. Oh!
That sucks.
Sir, those are not meant for humans. Those are meant for bears.
That's meant for him. Has your name on it.
The way he's running with that sword.
I know, right? Oh, poor other wolf, though.
That is a rough way to go.
I know. I mean, to be fair, that dude was terrible.
Oh, yeah, no, he had it
He,
coming.
he might have deserved it.
It's fine.
We're just gonna go this way now, little guy. Don't you worry about a thing.
He just drags him into the fire.
I was going to say, breakfast.
I mean, breakfast.
Even though I'm like, how smoky that fire is, like, ugh.
Using greens.
Yeah. If only he knew the truth.
Beak and the talons on those birds are ridiculous. Yeah, that's right.
Bold.
See, to me, again, you look at something like this, and it's a much better Romeo and Juliet story. Like, again, I've never understood why people like Romeo and Juliet. Like, the start of that play, Romeo's like lusting after some other girl, and then like he sees Juliet, and like forgets all about her, and it's just like, I always chalked up to that play as a lot of it's just what a lot of adolescents think love is, but it's just. But you look at these two people, and it's like, they're grown, consenting adults, and it really isn't a curse what they have. Like they're always with each other, but they're never with each other. And like he's even saying to you, you're lucky. You get to be with her, and I can't do that. Like you legitimately feel bad for them, and the fact that they don't walk around acting like these tortured assholes. I mean, you can tell, yeah, he's tortured, but he's still a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's not like taking it out on the world kind of thing.
And I love that he's like, I shoot you too.
Yeah,
He's for it.
He's like, yeah, she's great, but she's not, she's not my girl. You know what I mean? It's like he's cool
I mean,
about
how
it.
could you steal someone away from that guy?
I mean, look at this guy.
Turns into a literal wolf.
He turns into a literal wolf.
And he has a big old sword.
You've seen him take an arrow to the chest and be fine.
He can fuck you up in so many different ways.
He carries a sword you can barely handle.
He's like, I don't deserve her, and I know it.
Yeah, I understand.
I love that just the wingtips are hitting.
Oh, I know.
I feel like it's all B-roll stuff. They're just letting the hawk have some fun. So why have you been hauling my ass around?
I know.
He offered to go with him. Because he's a nice guy.
Look how that horse trots, seriously.
It's a fancy horse.
That is a fancy horse.
Remind me of Bilbo and Frodo.
That's kind of true.
Like the Walmart version.
Oh, dollar store version.
Great values version.
Oh.
I love how they do that shot. Again, I keep saying it, but I love the music. It like I said, it's one of those things.
So 80s.
It's so 80s, but it's one of those moments where when a film it's dated, but it's dated in such a wonderful way.
It's a pretty dog. Or a wolf.
Oh, I like how they're doing a day for night here,
Mm.
where they put the filter on. So. I look at the horse like, what? Found my knife.
I will cut you.
Oh, jeez. One of us must die.
Even though I'm like, to be digging a hole, if it's snowy like that, it'd be so difficult.
I know that the ground would be so hard, yeah. Clearly, this film was made by Hollywood people who live in sunny Southern California. They don't know how a hard ground can be with
Jesus.
snow.
Do I want to know what you guys growing off over there?
Well, no, like when a place has a lot of winter, like when I say winter,
A lot of winter.
when it's got a lot of winter, like, god damn, look at all this winter everywhere. No, like, but in a place that gets like snow, like where winter actually, feels like winter, like the ground gets hard from all the cold, and especially if it freezes periodically, the ground can be almost rock hard. So for them to be digging
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
a hole
It'd
in a
be,
place,
like, near impossible to dig a hole
Yeah.
like that with shitty ass tools.
because even if it rises above freezing periodically, if it freezes enough time, the ground will just kind of stay frozen for a while until it just stays warm for enough time for it to thaw out.
Wait, why is
This
it
part's
necessary?
so sad.
It's he walked on the ice and the
Yeah,
iceberg
they're both
gave.
on the ice.
Yeah, no, why is the sword necessary? Why does he need the sword?
Look at the little puppy. I think he's gonna use it. I don't even know. It's a terrible idea, really.
Again, look how well trained that dog has to be to pretend like it's struggling.
I know. Oh, I guess that's why he had it. Oh, puppy.
For her, it was just an excuse on set to hug the doggy.
Even though I feel like the dog would still be freaking out.
Then
I mean,
again-
it's probably warm water.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
He's probably not that, freaked out by it.
well, look at the coloration of the water too. I think I think this is probably a set right here.
Yeah, but it's still a dog.
If anything, it's impressive they trained the dog to not freak out because they have to act like
Yeah.
panicked around the dog. I mean, this is a controlled set. That water's probably like 2 feet deep. The dog is probably standing below, but they have to act like, oh god, so that the dog doesn't freak out or panic when people around it are panicking.
Dog's like, can you let me go now?
Director yells, cut. Someone brings over a cigarette for the dog and a coffee. Oh god,
Dog walks into its trailer.
fucking hate movies.
No one cares about fucking Gaston over here.
I know. Poor
The
guy.
dog's union.
Jesus.
Yeah, you can always tell when they use a dog and not a wolf. Because here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize, yeah, wolves are lean, sure,
That dog's way too small.
but wolves are huge.
This is
Wolves,
supposed to be the biggest wolf you've ever seen, too, right?
yeah. That's the thing, wolves are basically built like basketball players. They're lean muscle. But no, because you look at basketball players, they go, oh, they're not very big guys because they're built lean. But you see one in real life where you put them next to a real person and their arms are massive. They're just, everything is stretched. So when they don't have like a normal person next to them to compare them in size, they don't look, that big. So like wolves are the same way. Like, yeah, they look too big. But then if you ever see like someone standing next to a real wolf, you're like, holy shit, the dog is huge. Like I saw a picture of Charles Barkley standing next to Shaq, or The Rock, and The Rock looked like a child next to him. But again, working with a real wolf can be, difficult, especially when you need to do a lot of up close and personal contact with them. It's like, This scene is pretty, but it's so abstract
Yeah.
that it's like for a moment this movie turns like a weird art piece. It's like, what am I watching? Cue that 80s
Before the
synth.
CG happens.
Well, it's interesting. Back in the day, all the different ways they had to figure out doing things like
Yeah.
this. But nowadays, it's simple.
It's
It's
so
a-
easy.
But back then, it's okay. How you script a scene like this, and you're like, okay, great. How the hell do we shoot
Yeah.
this?
Without having to 2D animated.
Yeah, essentially.
Or do you like weird stop motion?
Whoa.
Contacts.
Yeah, it's because they're not into the direct light. I like how it's like they're kind of stuck slightly
they
for a
see each
second in
other
like
for a
limbo.
That's so sad.
Yeah, think about it, that's the first time they would have seen each other in like, well, since the curse, right?
Theoretically.
Whoa. Weird filter.
This existential moment brought to you by Technicolor.
He's just crying onlooker of this sad, emotional moment.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Again, it's
no.
it's a very pretty scene, but it's just shot so existential. It's like,
no.
whoa.
He just looks so sad.
And it just
That
cute,
was awful.
and it just cuts to a shot. Longing.
And he's like, oh, I shouldn't be here right now. Oh, no, I wasn't there at all.
And then you see a bottle pop up. Longing, the new fragrance by Calvin Klein.
Oh.
That's that whole scene just so weird.
No. No. That was so sad.
But you see what I'm saying about these two? You legitimately feel bad for them. Like, wow, yeah, these are two lovers who, and I like how their love wasn't meant to be special. It was just, no, they're just, imagine someone you love, and then imagine something like this happen where you can't really be with them. It's like,
Because of some jealous asshole.
yeah, it's tragic. That's what I'm saying. The supernatural element of this movie, I like how this movie isn't highly magical, but like that's the thing. The bit of magic in this film that makes this a fantasy, I like how it's essentially like a plot. It essentially like fuels the heartbreak of this whole tragedy. Like I said, really, this movie, it comes down on these characters.
Yeah, you did that to me.
Oh,
Well, that's awkward.
my bad. Yo, here's the thing.
You almost cut off my nipples. But it's fine.
Am I
Is it,
going to turn into a were you? By night, he turns to a tall, blonde, handsome Dutchman.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
I mean, let's be real. That wouldn't be the worst curse. I wouldn't mind turning into a were 80s Rutger Hauer. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Every time I turn nighttime, I'd be fine with
Yeah, I just turned to 80s Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
Like that, I'd be
Or
okay
just
with.
like during the daytime, maybe all the time.
Depending how the curse works for me.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because him talking to God in this is kind of like him talking to the audience.
I know. I kind of wonder if that's part of the reason he got the Ferris Bueller job.
The Ferris Bueller
I know,
job.
I realized when I said it. Roll.
So real quick aside, while I was researching this movie a little bit to learn some more facts, I just found that apparently there was a Ferris Bueller TV series.
What?
That very short-lived.
With him?
No, it was canceled.
Oh.
It was basically meant to be the real Ferris Bueller, who the movie was based off of.
Weird.
And Jennifer Aniston played Sloane.
Huh?
And Jennifer Aniston played Sloane.
Jesus.
Or excuse me, the real Sloane. Like I said, apparently didn't do so well. Considering how I've never heard about it before, that's yeah. Get the fuck out of
Clever
here.
bastard. His name's Imperious.
Yeah. That's a good
Fucking
name. What's your name? Imperious. Well, shit. I would like to sacrifice someone in your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where's Bueller?
Don't touch shut up my face.
When I am ready.
There he is. There he
Back
is.
in.
Now we finally get to see him turn into a mouse.
The whole movie that's waiting
I really thought he was a mouse the whole movie. I thought this movie was just filled with animorphs.
I also think that it's interesting that it's a bishop and not like some kind of king. You know what I mean? Again, it makes it feel more realistic that way.
Mm-hmm.
His entourage is just Gregorian chanting it the whole way up.
This is hype squad. His hype men.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make it as an a cappella band, alright?
And the bass drops. One of the guys next to him
don't-
yells out, "Oh shit!"
I don't
Jesus.
like where you're bringing this.
And the bishop just starts freestyling.
This is how this actually ends, is a rap battle.
That's how they break the curse.
Defeat the bishop in a rap battle.
Yep.
You need a canopy indoors. Like, what does he think that is?
I know, he doesn't have the sense to look down.
They're in the face of the bishop. They're not allowed to.
Rats with knives. Scandalous.
So scandalous.
Rats with knives.
Get it? Because
It's an
his
epidemic.
name is Mouse, right? He's a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That'd be a great name of a movie. Rats with knives.
Mouse rat?
Rats.
Should I do the ghost song?
I can't, but I try.
Rats. Ghost people. It's a band.
He looks like he's wearing a bathrobe because it
Yeah.
looks very fuzzy, you know.
Yes, it does.
And they just look. They have. I know it's armor. It's supposed to be. It just looks like glitter.
This is about to turn into a Prince video real quick.
Yeah.
It's like one step away.
Or Madonna's like a prayer.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to turn into something you would see on MTV in the 80s real quick.
Yes.
Me.
It's kind of fucked up.
But at the same time, what life would she have?
Yeah, there'd be no one to protect her.
That's what I was saying. It's really a situation of like, this only works as long as they can have each other.
Yeah.
If one goes, the other's screwed, essentially.
I think she could convince someone to protect her during the day.
Fairs.
Yeah. Or the bishop, you know? Or, you know, anyone. That'd be sweet to have a Ladyhawke.
Hey guys, check out my Ladyhawke.
Yeah. I'd love to have a Ladyhawke, right? That'd be great.
Oh, I forgot. His helmet is like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck your orders.
Just bitch slap that guy's sword out of his
He's
hand.
not out. Look at that shit. He's like,
You're the captain? Get the fuck out of here.
And he's just like, it's just how it is.
if there was ever like a motion that embodied who Sam Jackson was as a person in all his movies, it was that motion. Captain, I have my orders. Ah!
The way that guy's walking towards him. I'm like, why are you like locking the fucking barring the door for a service?
What's up?
That is a pretty cool mask.
He's like, this bitch.
It's like those sunglasses, where they have like the plastics over it.
Yeah.
I just want him walking and go, I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah. Look at how proper that horse is.
That
Just
horse
strutting,
is proper as shit.
strutting.
Dare I say that horse is too proper. A little too proper.
That horse has swag. His face.
That is a cool helmet, though.
Oh my god, they all have those.
And I think it's interesting too. Like normally in a film like this, the guy in black
I
would be
was
the
gonna
would be
say
the bad
that.
guy. Here's guys gold and white. He would be our hero. On a white stallion. Nope, the guy who looks like a badass is the good guy.
The bad guy is the church.
Yeah.
Well, and again, that's why I think this film feels very real in that sense, where it's like it's not playing up a stereotype. It's like if you look at history, unfortunately, it's a lot of religious organizations have been the source of oppression. It's not a jab at anyone for what you believe, but it's more or less like the organized side of it, the
Dems
politics
to
that get behind it.
facts.
Yeah, it's like you look at history, it's like when religion gets organized, it's.
Not all religion. But
No. Again, it's not even really about the religion. It's more or less it becomes like a smokescreen for just kind of power.
Yeah.
It's a great way of getting a bunch of people under your thumb.
Yeah, threaten them by getting them killed by their god.
Exactly.
Last night I had a dream that all of you would die unless you all sucked my dick.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's the thing. The people outnumber, the oppressive rule of everyone in that town. Rose up. Yeah, some of them would be struck down by the guards, but they couldn't stop the whole mob. But it's the fear of damnation if you try, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You might kill us, but then you're all going to hell. It's that kind of thing.
I like how all these people are just fucking watching.
Well, I don't know.
Thanks, man. You broke a window.
I think that
That
proper
was
horse.
a lob. He
The
missed.
person just takes the horse away.
I'll take that.
Is that Grand Theft Auto back then? Just taking the horse.
It's just nonchalant. Mine now. This is mine. Find the keepers.
It's like a real game. Look at his face.
It's like VR back in the day. So it was like an eclipse, right? That's what he was talking about?
Yeah. Total eclipse of the heart. In this case, it's like the sun. Even though like eclipse is like less like a couple minutes, so.
Yeah, but I think and again, I like the way they break the curse. It's not like some magical moment where they just have to physically be there, and it like immediately cancels it out. Again, this movie doesn't overdo the elements you'd expect them to.
It's not like overly high fantasy. It's like
Yeah.
just a random curse.
Ow.
I wouldn't have taken my helmet off.
And
I
again,
can't see in that thing.
and I love how this feels like a real sword fight too. Like they're not like super choreographed. They're not like they're just like yelling like madmen and just swinging those giant swords around, hoping to make contact.
And they're like legit.
It's like a brawl, basically.
Good aim.
Like the whole time the bishop was just there.
I know.
We made this movie just turns like a Tarantino movie, and he just starts wasting everyone in here. Like, oh shit! Remember all that stuff I said about this movie being really realistic? Like
His sword lights on fire, and he just Super Saiyans through them all.
Well, hey. Oh, that was a kidney shot, right? I was gonna say, even though he seems to be doing just
I know.
fine. Oh. Again, I like how this is a brawl. It's a fight. It feels very raw. It's not. Again, it's not over stylized, which I like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like stylized fighting, but I think I like how this movie it keeps it very grounded. Like I know this is all staged, but it feels like these guys are taking beatings, basically.
Mm.
Ooh. Gimme! No!
Is he gonna fall on it? These stupid religious people and falling on swords.
His face this whole time, by the way, that the bishop's face.
Yep.
That was a move, though.
Everybody in the background just looks bored. No cheers.
It's just a
no
Tuesday for
boos.
them.
I guess they can't clap because I don't think they have sleeves. His face.
Oh, he did. I am the final boss. Look at me and my stick.
Shapeshift turns into a dragon.
Be done with that.
Like, oh wow.
This is the first time they would have really.
Like really.
I don't want him to turn his back. I'm scared. Scared the bishop's gonna stab him.
Well, shit. Yeah, that looks. Again, I love just the tension in the room here. It's like, good God. Yeah, like how it's more like a nullifying effect, basically. No, see, by this point, you're like, you're so happy that they get to be together. That's. And I love how this is not like, it's a bittersweet ending. No, I like how it's just a nice ending.
And
It's a
it's
good
kind of
ending.
nice that it's like, I mean, Bishop definitely deserves to die, but they didn't have to kill him to break it. You know?
Well, yeah,
I like that.
Again, I feel movies like that's how it is. You have
Like,
to.
now it's broken, they could kill him.
Yeah.
They don't really care about that.
Yeah.
It's never.
Because they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Again, it feels more real. It's not like, hang on, babe, I gotta go kill him real quick. It's like, no, it's like, right, this is
That was the awkwardest hand grab I've ever seen. He's out of practice.
shaking
I
hands.
mean, to be fair.
To be fair.
And she's like, eat it.
Wait, what's in her hand?
It was the falcon like mask.
Oh wait, is she gonna kill him?
I'm feeling that hair
I
on
know.
the shelf over that
It's a
short hair.
Good look for her.
See, everyone always thinks that the 80s is all about big hair, but no, it's up to the girls. There was a lot of short hair in the 80s.
Rub it in his face.
He looks so hurt when she did that.
Because technically, well, he had a thing for it too, so it's like being
Yeah.
rejected all over again.
No, 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 no.
80s!
Okay, okay. Okay.
Was
To
it
be fair, they were gonna let
To be
her.
fair.
cue the Arnold line? Stick around. Just gonna look over here real quick.
You got. It
I'm
was like
tired.
one of those like.
I was
You
gonna
got
take a little
something
nap.
on your.
I'm gonna take a nap. Bye.
And everyone's just still standing around. What do we do?
No.
Does that make him bishop?
I think it makes it like, the time of the church ruling, and now that's king and queen ruling. Maybe. Going to monarchs
I guess.
instead of the church, because that usually is not good.
No, it's not.
Nah, actually, they're just gonna go have their honeymoon. Fuck all these people.
I know, like, yeah, you guys do you.
We don't really care.
We're out. We're gonna go to the Riviera. See, I love this. It's so like, what they wouldn't have given for this. Like, they would have traded all the riches, all the power in the world for this.
Well, they didn't say just how long it had been, right? I'm assuming it had been a couple years.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think longer than that. Even.
It's hard to say.
I feel like it's been like decades. I don't know.
Let's fuck in this church. We killed a man. Let's just fuck him.
Right on his corpse.
Oh no! Ew.
He's not even going back for his sword. He doesn't give a fuck about it.
Well, and that's what I love too. He's not holding up the sword triumphantly. For him, this is what he's wanted. He would have given everything for that. I think he would have done all of this if you could even just had like an hour with her, or any amount of time, or like with that little existential moment he had in that hole in the ground. If you would have told him he could have had that, if he would have done all this, I think he would have done it. So the fact that he gets to just have her permanently, they get to have each other back permanently, is like for them more than they would have ever dared ask for.
Fucking kiss the girl.
Now they're gonna go and talk to them and be like, "Oh, you said this to him," and they're gonna be like, "No." Oh shit!
The end of the movie is him running and they're chasing down on horseback.
Well, he said good things. It wasn't like he said anything bad.
I know. He brought them together.
He'd be a true bro.
He's the ultra wing.
Oh, yay, so we're on your side. Just remember that.
Please don't kill.
Please don't throw
We're
a
rooting
fucking
for you.
90-pound sword through me.
Yeah, yep. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a sweet ending to the movie. It's like,
I love this movie.
yeah. It's weird. I kind of like to think they didn't even like rule the kingdom. I like that they just ran off. They were like, all right, we're
Yeah.
bye. You know what I mean? Like, enough.
They went and had like a 5-year honeymoon.
Exactly, and had like 25 kids. Or
Come
whatever.
back and we're king and queen. I could see that.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.